Hello students. In the previous module, we discussed one of the applications of dimensional analysis. Here, we are going to discuss the other two applications and what are the limitations of dimensional analysis. Checking the correctness of the given physical relation. That means it is given F is equal to ma. You know the dimension of force. You can write the dimension of mass and acceleration. Then you compare the powers of mass, length, time. If the powers it is coming correct, it is equal, it is same, then the given physical quantity is correct. So here we are going to check the correctness of a physical quantity. Next use of dimensional analysis is checking the correctness of the given physical relation. First of all, dimensional formula of every physical quantity involved in the relation are written. Now we apply the principle of homogeneity. If the dimension of left side is equal to the dimension of right side, that means the given equation is correct. Here, which all are the steps involved? Let us see. First, write the dimensional formula in sequence below the given physical quantity in the given relation. Apply the principle of homogeneity. If the dimension of the fundamental quantities of both the sides of the formula are same, then the given formula is dimensionally correct. If the dimension of fundamental quantities of both the sides of the formula are not same, then the given formula is not dimensionally correct. Let us see this example. Check the correctness of the given equation. Check the dimensional consistency in case of following equation. Here it is written F into C is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. This is the work energy theorem equation only. Let us see it is correct or not. What is the dimension of force? First we write the dimension of individual physical quantities. That is force, it is m1 L1 T minus 2. Then S is the displacement or distance, that is L. Then here mass m, the dimension is m. V square, V that is velocity, the dimension is Lt minus 1. Here V square is there, that means Lt minus 1 the whole square it will be when we put the value. Then U, that is also velocity only, initial velocity. That means dimension is same. Now what we are going to do? Step 1, we have written the dimension of all the physical quantity. Then we are going to put the value in the left side and right side. Then we can say that m1 L1 T minus 2 into L. After simplification, we will get the value m1 L square T minus 2 ml square T minus 2 minus ml square T minus 2. So according to principle of homogeneity, this equation is correct. Don't think ml square T minus 2 minus ml square T minus 2 is equal to 0. We are here seeing the dimension, not for numerical value. Dimensionally correct, this is dimensionally correct, may not be numerically correct. So don't go after numerical way. This is only we are seeing the entire equation dimension is same. That only. A dimensionally correct relation does not always give a correct physical meaning. For example, energy is equal to torque is a dimensionally correct relation. However, the physical meaning of energy and torque are not same quantity. Suppose one physical, which all are the quantities depends on one physical quantity. It is given in the question. Then by using that relation dimensionally, we can calculate the real equation. any constant is there, it will not come correct, but the relation between the both the sides will be correct only. So by using dimensional analysis, we can derive the relationship among various physical quantities. See one example. Listen. Derive the dimensionally the expression for centripetal force acting on a particle of mass m moving with a velocity v in a circle of radius r. So in this question it is given centripetal force depends upon mass of the particle, velocity of the particle and radius of the circular path. But we don't know what type of relationship it is, directly proportionally or inversely proportional. So we will write here first force is directly proportional to. That means we don't know about the what type of relation. We are assuming force is directly proportional to m to the power a. That means the mass, how much power also we don't know. So we are assuming m to the power a and v, velocity to the power b and radius to the power c. Then we are removing the constant of proportionality, that is f is equal to k in m raised to a, b raised to b, r raised to c. Then next step we will write the dimension of both the physical quantity. What is the dimension of force m1, L1, t minus 2? Then k is a constant, it is dimensionless. Then what is the dimension of mass m raised to a? M is the dimension, then raised to a it is there. Then v lt minus 1 raised to b and time, then radius, not a time, radius, that is r, radius it is also measuring in length, that is L raised to c. Now we rearrange this equation, that is coming m raised to a, L raised to b plus c and t raised to minus b. Now we equate the left side, this and this. See the power on the left side m, that is 1, and power on the right side it is a. So we got a is equal to 1. Then equating the power of L here 1 and here it is b plus c. Then equating the power of time here t minus 2 and t raised to minus b. That means minus b is equal to minus 2, b is equal to 2. We know the relation b plus c is equal to 1. From that we will get c is equal to minus 1. So now we got a, b, c. So we are going to put the value here. This one, f is equal to k, m raised to 1, a is 1, that is m raised to 1, b is 2, so v square, c you got minus 1, so r raised to minus 1, so k mb square by r. This is the required relation. But we cannot find out how much is the value of k by using dimensional analysis. Next, what are the limitations of dimensional analysis? In the previous case, I told you we can derive the relationship, but what is the value of the constant involved in it? That we cannot derive. That is one limitation. Then dimensional method fails to derive the relation like this. That means S is equal to ut plus half at square. Because inversely proportional, directly proportional, only one equation it is okay. But here the two terms it is there. So this case it is not possible. It fails to give information about trigonometric functions, logarithmic, exponential and complex quantities involved in the physical relation. Since there are only three physical quantities m, L, T whose powers can be compared on the two sides of the equation, therefore dimensional analysis fails to derive the relation involving more than three independent factors. A dimensionally correct relation may not be true physical relation because the dimensionally equal is not sufficient for the correctness of the given physical relation. Dimensionally correct, but the actual formula for distance is S is given by S is equal to ut plus half at square. But this is also dimensionally correct, this is also dimensionally correct. So we cannot derive correct relation in all the cases. So these all are the topics related to dimensions and dimensional analysis. We have to solve more numericals. Next module we will discuss few typical type of numericals.